Okay, today I'm using a new setup up in Chris's media area. His what do you call it? What do you call this area? Your media studio. That's what it is. It's a studio.
It's a studio.
So we're working with a camera, working with OBS. I did this video earlier, and I was show and tell, and before I knew it, I was showing all my passwords. For my computer and my online presence. I thought that's not a good idea. So we're redoing this. I'm redoing this, but Chris is here because he was part of the original.
I still am.
He still is here, and so what I'm going to talk about is journaling. My last video we talked about finding your happiness and the dog's here, and one of the great ways of discovering who you are and what you like and hold your interest in what you pursue is keeping a journal. And I mentioned last time that when I had a diary when I was young, a girl, I just loved the look of the diary. It was a diary with a lock on it and a key, and I loved the look of it. And I remember having it and writing maybe the date and the weather, and then I'd hide it somewhere and put the key somewhere else. And I didn't really use a journal at all until more recently, when I have done journaling for art and for a tarot journal, which I did not bring up here. I showed it at the other video, but that's beside the point. So journaling and making a diary, I did get this book here for Christmas from Christopher. And it's a great book. And so I'm going to show, not the whole book, but show parts of it, what people did over the centuries as far as writing down their thoughts and their feelings and all that. And then before we go into that, part of journaling is finding a journal. And we did talk about that last time as well with Chris. And he is a big fan of the
Peter
Pauper Press ones. And this is just a gorgeous journal.
Average $14.
Yeah, very inexpensive, like $14. And it's all embossed. It feels like leather, but of course it's not leather. It has your ribbon in it. Nice beigey paper that doesn't hurt your eyes. Lined paper. This comes lined, but it does come in dotted format if you want to use it for drawings. I used this for sigil. And I was going to rip it out, and Chris says, no, you really don't rip these pages out, because this is a very nice book. $17. And then another one I got was this one, and this is another one that I used. Another Peter Pauper Press. Beautiful. And I just want to mention, before I go into other things, that, this is a silly little thing, but if you don't want to invest in any kind of money, you want to do something just to see if if you're interested in journaling, is just take a piece of cardboard. I took this from a dog box, and then I got a rubber band, and you just get a piece of paper, and you cut this down to the piece of paper that's folded, and you just slip it in here. And you got yourself a little journal. You'll put multiple pages in it, and you can just carry it around. So this is something good for kids, or for anyone who wants to just start journaling and see if it's for you. So what would you journal about? You journal about, your day. You journal about your dreams. You journal about your, trip to work and what you saw. You could journal about what you've eaten and how you can journal poetry and snippets of conversation. You can journal memories, dreams. So there's a lot of things you can journal. And the thing is to just get used to doing it and see where it takes you. Of course, you can journal also pictures. We'll see in this as well. Now, the other thing that we did talk about in the other one was the what kind of, once you get into journaling and you start looking at all the books and all the beautiful books that are to journal, you also can get into the pens that you may want to use.
You can show that.
And this is Chris's.
An example from an old journal.
This is Chris's journal. He began journaling in high school, and it was mostly quotes and that sort of thing. But then as he's gotten older, he's doing more of He's done a lot of dream journaling. Now this one, what is this, Chris? What is
That's
this
the
journal?
moon card from the twilight of the what? What's it say there?
Twilight of the Sweet Twilight. Tarot of the Sweet
Yeah.
Twilight, the moon card.
I just-
So he was doing tarot, and then he kind of did his own drawing of a similar drawing. And then over here, he had some keywords listed.
And that's the fountain pen.
And this is what we were talking about. We didn't have a picture of it, but we're upstairs.
Pilot.
So, this is the Pilot Metropolitan. It takes a...
That one can take a cartridge or a siphon-like device to suck the ink in.
Okay, so it can either be used like a fountain pen or else it has a cartridge.
Mhm.
And these are, he loves these, and they're
Cheap.
not that expensive.
Yep.
And he was saying that maybe in 2022 they're going to be having, the Peter Popper Press is going to be including one of the Pilot pens with it. We don't think
journal.
it's, with a journal. So that'll be a nice little combination thing and a nice gift for somebody as well. So here's what's great about this is he did his drawings on one side, the narratives on the other,
Yeah.
and here's another one.
Mhm.
Shadow first seen. Oh, isn't that interesting? So
Hopefully there's no passwords in there.
yeah, no, hopefully no passwords. Oh my God, I couldn't believe I had all these passwords in it. You know, I don't think I've ever seen this.
Wow.
This is nice. I like it.
Thanks. Ah.
That looks like me.
Yeah. No.
Anyways, and then he used, and what did you use, watercolors on this
You
side?
can use watercolors, pencils.
Mhm.
Acrylics don't work so
Yeah.
well. Too much
Acrylics
water.
you can use acrylics on paper, but they do stick, so it'll get really sticky, and especially if you close it, you can get everything all messed
Watercolor
up.
without water works, like dry on dry technique. Or
Yeah, dry.
wet on dry.
And then if you do wet it, you just have to let it dry before you close it up.
That's the example of a dotted Peter Popper
Oh,
press
okay,
journal
yeah.
with dots.
This is the one that's not lined, it's dotted, but it's nice for drawing. This is beautiful paper. What a beautiful. Now, is this another Peter Popper?
Yes, it is.
Oh, and a very plain one.
Yeah.
So, if you're an artist, you know what you can use. I mean, I would suggest if you're using watercolor or water, put wax paper or something on the other side so it doesn't bleed into the other pages. But if you're an artist, or if you want to be an artist, you practice. You do something, you put it on there and see how it lasts, and that sort of thing. So it's for your eyes only, and it's for you to explore things. Here. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, I did talk about this, right? Yeah, I did talk about this. I talked about this, right? Yeah, I talked about this already. Yeah. So this is for some kids or something, but maybe for adults if you don't want to make a commitment. Now, the thing is with me, is for art journaling, I started many journals, but then I would like the art in it, then I would pull out pages if I liked the art. And so it was kind of defeating the purpose of a journal, because you want to kind of want it to be whole and something you can look back on and learn from and that sort of thing. But that is that. So now we're going to look at this book and to give you more ideas. I mean, this diaries have been around for centuries, literally centuries. And this book it starts with many years ago, but we do have a little bit, there's the foreword, and the age of the pharaohs. They it also goes into people from all over the world and how they did their diaries. This is a monk's diary, a tale of court life from Japan. The other thing that's kind of nice, it has this is a Christian mystic. It has the year it was done in 1438, pen and ink on paper, 124 pages. And in English, this is actually in English. Anyway, so you get to learn, about the diaries and journals, and it goes onward and upward. Here's one, the Pilgrims Journal, 2 volumes, English, 1630 to 1651. Of course, he has these are drawings from other things, and you see the very clear writing with that. Then we're going forward, and this was kind of an interesting one. This was Carl what was his name? Linnaeus? Linnaeus. Botanist. And so here you see an entry with drawings, so you can have both on both sides, or however you want to do it. And he did one, pen and ink on paper, 1732, Swedish. So just give you ideas of what people use these things for. It's very personal. And it goes through history. We have Charles Darwin. I don't know who that person is, but it's Diary of a Slave, Michael Shiner, Navy Yard worker, Lewis and Clark. And then we go into the modern ages. There's the Brontes are in here, Paul Klee, so we have artists that are in here. I'm surprised, I don't think, well, he had letters. Van Gogh had the letters that he wrote to his brother. They're available. There was one thing, was it Klee? Oh, then of course the famous one, modern one, is The Diary of a Young Girl, Anne Frank. And I think this is also available as a book. So they devoted 4 pages to her. Frida Kahlo did diaries. Surviving Hiroshima, he was a doctor that survived it. Sylvia Plath. They say 1950 to 1962, typescript and manuscript, 2 boxes of loose sheets and notebooks. So it's a time-honored tradition. Now here's a gentleman, Derek Jarman, circa 1970 to 1994, more than 40 sketchbooks and diaries. He was a British guy, and he added things. So let's say you're doing a diary, and you come across something on the ground, and it's a card. It's it's a piece of paper from somebody or something, and you may want to put it in for that day. He did a picture. He did some flora. I think it looks like leaves of some kind, or bay leaves or something he put in there. And then he has all kinds of things, ephemera, that he put in his diary.
Junk journal light.
Yeah, and this is so cool. This is someone who did, really, really exploring his art, and also the stories with the art. So there's a lot you can do with journaling or journaling or diary or whatever, and it's to get you started. As I do the farmers market, and I've talked to so many people over the years, people of any age can do this, and it's not something you need talent for. It's just you need an interest, and if you don't have an interest, you just kind of explore. You just kind of learn about yourself. Take a memory of your own, a big memory, a small memory, and write that down. As again, we can do dreams. You can just copy someone else's work. Like Chris had a picture from a tarot deck, and he liked it, and he kind of redid it. So you could do that sort of thing. Anything that's going to occupy your interest and get you lost in the process, because that's what I think art and creativity is good for. It's getting you submerged in something that will possibly take you to another place. We talked about the other video, writing in a journal. My handwriting is terrible as I get older, and Chris is a big one. He prints. He says I can print as quicker than I can write.
Yeah.
And that's something to think about too. If your writing isn't very good, print it. I was mentioned that my niece just always printed, and I guess they don't teach cursive anymore, so people print. You think it's slower, but it's not. It's faster and it's clearer, a lot clearer. Mm-hmm. So you may want to just explore your writing. How to handwrite? Do your handwriting and see how you like it. Do printing, writing, whatever. But it's a great way to start going on a journey of self-discovery and creativity at the same time.
If you move that off, it'll take a picture of the book cover.
Oh, okay. And so that's all. So I'm here with this setup that is all these things going on. So That's all I gotta say.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have a great day.